Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of ABG, Asian Boss Girl. My name is Janet.
I'm Helen.
And I'm Elle. And today we're going to be talking about
Hair
removal down there. To start us off, maybe we just start talking about when you started grooming down there.
Yeah, when did you start, taking a comb and making yourself a braid? That's what I think of when you say grooming. Well, I think it's important to talk about. I think this is something that we didn't get a lesson on from our parents or our sister. And I think when we're younger, it's also a topic that doesn't really get talked about because it is strange to talk about your private parts when you're younger.
And especially, I think, being of Asian background, your mom doesn't really, give you a lesson on how to take care of yourself down there. We don't really talk about these things.
Right. If anything, she was actually against shaving.
Yes.
Because for Asian people, our hair is darker against lighter skin. And so her, I guess, I don't know if maybe she had experience with this, but she said every time you shave, your hair actually grows back darker and thicker. And so never shave. And so I always had, hairy armpits up till... I don't know.
Oh, no.
Until I started playing volleyball, and then I was like, I need to shave my armpits because it's being exposed.
Yeah. Did someone say to you, oh my God, you're really hairy in your armpits. You got to do something about that?
No, I think I was actually very self-conscious about it. So I don't think anyone told me that specifically, but then I started noticing other people's armpits were pretty bare.
Groomed.
Yeah.
So Helen's experience started out more with, other parts of her body. But when did you start grooming down there specifically?
I think for me, it's probably junior year of high school.
So you're like a late bloomer, huh?
That's early.
Really?
I started a lot later. But maybe we let's go with your story first.
I think I just started, so I would take my mom's razor and shave, but then obviously not
Mama
tell
Wu.
her. Yes, Mama Wu, hope you're not listening to this. And then I would clean off all the stubble in the razor so that she would never know that I used it and just dry it and everything and put it back.
So you started, so you were shaving. So you were using a razor. That was your
off
method.
with shaving, yes.
So today we wanted to walk through kind of the different ways you can groom. There's waxing, there's sugaring, there's shaving. I mean, some people just want all natural. So Mel, how did you start?
Shaving?
Is that how you started grooming down there?
Yeah, I think I have a similar situation like Helen. So my mom would actually hoard all the razors we get from the hotels. So I had a drawer of those hotel razors. So I took one day because I just wanted to experiment. I was in the shower, so I started shaving. I remember it took me 3 hours or 2 hours in the restroom because I didn't know what I was doing. And then
I remember you have to be careful because those are important parts.
That's the first time you're putting a razor to your skin.
I know, and I think it was probably freshman year or middle school I started doing this.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
You had hair
Mel's an
in
early bloomer.
Yeah. How embarrassing. I had hair that young. I remember that too. Actually, side story. I remember when I went to the doctor's for a checkup, the first thing she checked when I was hitting 13 was if I had pubic hair. And she made me drop my underwear. She was like, oh, you have hair. You're growing up. I was so mortified.
Oh.
But then, I started shaving at that age because that's when I had hair. I just remember the feeling afterwards when it would start growing back, the itching.
Yeah,
and it felt really uncomfortable, so I kind of was in and out of shaving. But to this day, I still shave. But I did try waxing one time.
Very recently.
Very recently. We'll talk about that later.
So I didn't start shaving. My first experience was I tried trimming, and this was probably in high school, and it was probably more because I was on the dance team or something like that, and just more for comfort. And yeah, the stubble, there's really hard to find a good length. It's either too short or it's too long. It was really awkward. I felt like I had a buzz cut down there, and I just never did it again.
Wait, what did you use to trim?
Scissors.
Oh, your kitchen scissors?
No, because here's the thing. I was a razor that scared me, and then to the point of
Yeah.
hair growing back thicker, because my mom told me that too. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take out the foliage part of it. I'm just gonna tame it a little bit. But then when you do that, it's at a length where it's very spiky and uncomfortable. So I just did it.
And it pokes through your underwear, right?
Yeah, and then you're okay. So it didn't.
Actually, that's the point now where I'm okay, I need to get something done. When it starts poking through my underwear.
That's when you know. That's. But yeah, then after that point, I didn't do anything, and I kind of went all natural for a really long time. And it wasn't until my 20s that I had girlfriends who were waxing. And I think this is also the time when waxing became more popular because it did. I think in the 2000s or whatever. There's different types of waxes and all this stuff. And so my first experience was I just went straight for the Brazilian. I was take it all off. Yeah. How about, did you guys go through other things beyond waxing or?
No.
So you went into waxing after, or so you were like shaving and then you went into waxing.
Yeah, I was shaving. I was shaving up until now. This year, 2017, was the first year I went waxing.
Ooh.
So what made you want to get a wax instead of continuing to shave?
Right.
I think during that period, I was stressed out with work and I wanted something to relieve my stress.
You just wanted some pain. Some
I needed some
intense pain.
I actually felt like ripping away all the hair. It was just like ripping away all my tension, all my stress from work. So I did that. Also because it was summer and I know I was going to go to a pool party soon. And I was telling you girls, like, what should I do? And both you guys do waxing and sugaring. And so I was like, screw it. I'm going to try waxing. And so I went in. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because I told myself, if I'm going to have a baby in 10 years and I go through that pain, I got to be able to go through this kind of pain. So that was my mentality
So you
going
justified
in.
it. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys sugar. That's different, right? It's not hard wax, which I use during
So
waxing.
they're different. Yeah, when I first started waxing, I don't know what type of wax she used, but it was the kind where you have, like, she applies the wax and then there's a strip. And generally, it's like, with this type of waxing, they'll do like maybe 4 to 5 pulls on each side.
Yep.
And then they do the top, another like maybe 3 to 4 pulls. And then there's the weird butt lift. And then there's the inside. But sugaring, it's basically... It looks like the wax, but there's no strip involved. So they take a clump, and usually, and hopefully they're wearing gloves, and then they'll take that ball of sugar, and usually I feel like there's more applications. Versus waxing, maybe it's like a max of like 20 to 30 application pulls. The sugaring, I've had like 50 pulls sometimes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But I think
but
the
that was
difference-
not a good person.
It's supposed to be a little bit more hygienic in that you're using the same ball of wax and you're not continuously like dipping the same wooden stick into the wax when you're doing waxing.
Right.
But like sugaring is supposed to be more natural and it's supposed to adhere to the hair instead of your skin.
Right.
So that it pulls out the hair and not ripping off your skin that waxing strips do.
Right.
Wait, so in terms of sugaring, what's in it? Because when I think of sugaring, I think of something you put in your tea. So I don't know exactly what sugaring is. Is it like sugar? And then
It looks like a very gooey glob of, it's kind of brownish.
Yeah, I think it's literally it's
sugar.
literally
It's literally
sugar. And then I don't think there's generally any other chemicals in it. So that's why Helen had said it's supposed to be better for you because it's more natural. There's not really like chemicals involved.
So I'm just looking it up. The sugaring is all natural paste or gel made from ingredients like sugar, water, lemon juice, and sometimes honey, salt, and essential oils.
it sounds like a facial for your crotch.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
That sounds great. Painful but tasty. Have you tried it?
I had, yeah.
Like
so,
what? Like ask her to put it in my mouth and stick,
What if she walked away and she used to like take a little
stick your
flip?
finger in there and just try.
Because for me, like when I had my first waxing experience, they use hard wax. So it's like this purple paste that they just put on your crotch and they rip it.
and so not even using a strip. It just
I didn't use
hardened.
strip, it just hard wax.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
It's actually quite nice.
So did you have like redness after?
Oh my god, yeah. And then there's like patches of like, there's some hairs that are shorter than the others or longer.
Yeah.
They can't pull the hair off, so they have to go in with a tweezer, which
Oh,
I
that's
have
like
to
my
say,
least favorite part.
it is
I
the
hate that
most
part.
painful part. And it feels awkward because her head's like going down there and you're just like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, and usually more often than not, they pinch your skin too because
Yeah.
it's so much shorter. It's the worst.
But one thing I didn't know about waxing was the different types, like Brazilian, bikini, and like landing
Yeah,
strip.
different styles.
I actually asked the last time I got waxed, I asked her like, what's the weirdest shape that you've had to do for someone? And she's like, someone asked for like a leopard, like a leopard, like
Whoa.
spotty. But I was like,
How do you
Oh
do that?
no,
Just
leopard
come out
print
like-
on your crotch.
yeah, that's
makes
weird.
you look like you're like balding. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds freaking weird. It sounds like those children books where you touch the patches of areas to see what animal it is. Ew.
Well, do you guys have a preferred like style that you go with, or do you like alternate for special occasions?
Actually, so I went waxing for my second time. I like bikini because I feel everything is gone and I feel
Yeah.
so refreshed.
But bikini, so
There's
that's
still
you're
some.
Oh, sorry,
leaving-
Brazilian, my
Brazilian,
bad.
yeah.
Okay.
Like where they wax your butthole. Sorry, they do.
Brazilian is everything.
Everything.
Everything is clear.
Including butthole, yes.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I started with Brazilian and I've kept with it. I have girlfriends that started with Brazilian when it was like really popular and then went back to more of a general bikini line or having like a landing strip. And one of them said it's because, well, she was like, I'm not 12. I should have some hair down there. So I guess it's
what a
like
lot of people
style
say, too.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people want a little bit, or like their partner prefers that there's a little bit of something there so it doesn't look like they're like an infant, which and that was a question I wanted to ask you ladies, is like, why do you groom? Like, is it something you do when you're like for a partner? Is it something you do for yourself? Like for me, I will do it more consistently for myself because it's like I like feeling more clean, and if you're like active, it's not comfortable having like a bush down there.
I mean, the word bushes doesn't sound really attractive to be honest.
Yeah.
So back in, I guess, high school, when I would just I would take care of myself down there for my partner. I think he has made comments saying like, oh, you look cleaner. Or it's better to go down when you're cleaner. You know, they make comments like that. And I think also like when you talk to your guy friends, when we talk about grooming, they always say, yeah, I prefer if my girlfriend or the girl I'm dating is groomed down there.
Right.
Like, I don't know any guy that I know is like, I love a girl with a bush. Like,
I did have one experience with a guy where, like, unintentionally I was not groomed, and he actually had 2 people comment that they liked it. They prefer like the all like natural, but most of the guys, most of them I think prefer some grooming. And I personally, for my personal comfort, I like the grooming.
Yeah, I think as also you get older, when you feel cleaner, you feel more confident in yourself. So while you're doing sex or whatever, you feel like, yeah, I'm fucking hot shit. I have no.
While you're doing the sex.
I mean, I don't know the lingo anymore, guys. Obviously, I don't do it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you're more confident in your, I guess, grooming and your well-being, you feel better and better.
Yeah, it's whatever style you're comfortable in, whether that's like all clean or all bush or somewhere in between.
Half bush, you know?
Half bush, maybe a design. But there's also people that will do it seasonally. And I think we talked about this too, that it can actually get quite expensive, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, waxing, sugaring, if you have it professionally done, it will run you up to like $50 to $80 a session.
Right, yeah.
And generally they recommend doing it like every 30 days-ish. But for me, sometimes I'm like, if it is like the winter and I'm not really like, you know, if it's not super inconvenient, I'll just kind of go a bit, like a couple months without. Do you guys do the same thing or?
Yes. So I recently started waxing in the summer, and I felt it's more appropriate because, you know, you're wearing bikinis and everything. Because my first session was half off, like $40. And I went in second, and she's like, oh, it's me $45 to $60. She's like, do you want to buy a wax pass? I'm like, what? People actually buy passes to get waxed? I'm just like, that's a lot of money just to wax your
Private parts.
Exactly. And so looking at my finances right now, I'm just like, honestly, I don't think I could like afford to be waxing during the winter time,
Regularly,
maybe.
right.
Yeah. So I think I'll probably go back to shaving if I have to.
Yeah.
I think when I was in high school, when I started waxing, it was definitely a trade-off between waxing and shaving at the same time because it's kind of a privilege to be able to go and get waxed.
Oh, I agree.
That's pretty much like doing your hair or getting eyebrows tweezed or whatever. Like that's something that a lot of high schoolers won't be able to pay for. So I think when I was younger, I did switch a lot between waxing and shaving. And even now, I'm like, if it's the winter time and I feel like I don't have to like expose myself in a bikini, then yeah, I'll probably just keep it a little hairier down there, keep it warmer.
No, we need a scarf down there, you know. It gets cold. Do you guys actually have any horror stories with waxing? Because you guys wax more than I do.
I think it's just a very awkward experience, right? I remember my first time, you go in there, it's a small room and you're with a complete stranger. And like, when in your life do you ever just drop your pants down and your underwear and just like keep talking to the person as if nothing's happening?
Oh no, that is actually, so there's like a preference thing, right? Like, do you guys like when the waxer is talking to you and like trying to make conversation?
Yes.
So you like having, like, they're like, it's like very customer service oriented and they're wanting to make you feel comfortable.
I feel like it distracts me from what's actually happening with her face and her hands are on my crotch.
Yeah.
But it's funny for me because I remember when I was in the middle of waxing, we're talking about like some Disneyland stuff. And as she was about to wax me, I could hear myself zoning out, but I was still talking. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm asking anymore. Let's just get this shit over with. Let me just move my mouth because this is so embarrassing. And so I just have to be constantly talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Helen, for you, you also prefer?
Usually I do the same where I will try and hold a conversation with her, but the pain is so bad. I'm just like, I just can't right now. I don't know what you're saying anymore. I can't do this.
I prefer the opposite. I don't like it when they talk to me. I'm just like, can you just do your thing, make it efficient, be good at your job, make it clean, and we'll get out.
So do you tell them not to talk to you then?
I don't, though. That's the thing, is I'm also like trying to be polite. So I've had, when people are like trying to make conversation, the worst though is when they're asking you questions. If they want to talk, that's fine. Then I can listen to you. But they're like, so what do you do for work? How was your day? And
I feel like they're trained to do that. Yeah. Or they're told to do that with their customers.
Yeah. I prefer not
But doesn't the quiet kind of make you focus on the pain then they're about to go through?
You're focusing on it regardless.
Yeah, this is true.
It's so painful.
Oh, really? I'm just like, oh, la-di-da-di-da, shit. She's coming. Versus like, oh my gosh, in complete silence. I can't do that.
Well, you know what I like is when she's talking to you, but she's engaged in what's happening. So they'll tell you like, oh, I'm about to like, I'm putting an application. Don't worry. This is like, you'll be fine. Or she'll be like, this part is going to be a little bit tighter. Like, just I'm going to count to 3. I would prefer that type of conversation.
I agree.
Where they're keeping you clued in versus trying to distract you. And then like a poll comes in and you're trying to answer her. You're like, well, I went to Disneyland, It's like, so let's walk through a step-by-step process for those of you who maybe you're thinking about getting a waxing or sugaring done and haven't done it, we'll give you the 411 step by step. Helen, you want to start us off?
Sure. You walk into a small room and someone's sitting there. They actually leave so that you can take off your pants.
Wait, my girl did not leave.
Oh, really?
She's like,
it's usually
okay,
out of courtesy.
She's like, okay, take it off now. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, I guess you're
I
going to
turned
see it
around.
anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. She's going to see it anyway. It's the process of removing your pants.
Yeah.
So you just take off your pants and your underwear. You can keep your top on. And you jump on a table and you just spread eagle and have your feet touched. So kind of like how you used to sit, I guess, in like kindergarten.
Like a butterfly?
Like, yeah, like a butterfly.
But your feet are touching.
Sometimes they'll do the butterfly, but sometimes they'll just do one leg.
Oh.
I've had experiences where they have you just like laying there, and then she'll like guide you through like, can you like just move your leg up slightly?
So what happens after you spread eagle?
Oh, they just start. They start usually on the sides.
Which actually are surprising. It's not as painful as the top.
No.
I was in shock.
Yeah.
The worst
Oh my
pain
God.
Yeah.
on your body.
It's kind of counterintuitive because it's like the on the sides and even closer to inside your
doesn't
body,
hurt at all.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, there's not like really pain receptors there, but it's at the top.
Yeah, it's
and
the
usually
most
they
painful.
do that like in the middle. I feel like,
And they always end it with your butthole.
yes, you do
How do
the
you-
you do the like little baby, happy baby leg lift type thing.
Yeah, so you like you cradle your knees and you bring your legs up so that your butthole's just completely exposed.
Have you guys had I've had an experience where the woman used baby powder as she was going.
Oh, she does that with me.
Yeah, and then I was like, I feel like you're changing my diaper. Like, this is so awkward.
Oh my God, yeah. But then after they wax your butthole, then you put your legs down, back to butterfly or spread eagle, and they start tweezing, which I hate.
Yeah. Actually, I noticed nowadays some of the women will they'll stop and they ask you, do you want me to like go in with the tweezer? And my very first waxing experience was still by far the best and I can't be beat. It was this like little Vietnamese woman in San Francisco who like rented out a room in a salon and she did go in there in a tweezer and I had from her experience, I thought tweezing was amazing because she was so steady and she was like very like medical about it. But every other person that I've gone to in LA is very like their hands are shaking or they're like, oh, you have like an ingrown, and I'm like, oh my God, please walk away.
And
Don't
always
come
like,
at me with a
do
sharp
you want me
object.
to get that? I'm like, no.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it like grow out itself, you know.
So ladies, beware of the tweezing part.
Or just know that it's coming and that you can request to not have
Right.
that.
Usually I say yes, and then if they're not good at it, then I'm
Yes.
like, okay, no, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, like I'm good.
I'll live with it.
And after that, you put back on your pants.
Ooh, there's still.
Oh.
They always will put like a finishing.
The oil?
Either an oil or like a spray or something, and they sometimes will ask you, right? Like, is it? I think like coconut oil is becoming really popular now.
Wait, I didn't get no ask of what kind of oil I want. She just put something on me.
Do you know what she put on?
I don't get oils either.
Oh,
Where
you
do you
know
go?
I went
What-
to Sugared and Bronzed. Sugared and Bronzed, is that what it's called? Yeah.
She put on this ingrown hair like oil thingy. I don't know. She put that on. That's about it.
Question: does it ever feel good?
Feel good what?
Like when they're like kind of rubbing you down?
Obviously feels good for you. Why are you asking us?
Why don't you tell us, Helen?
Well, I don't know. I'm curious. This is a question that I actually want to ask you guys.
There's like a slight burn, I think, because it's
A
still,
burn.
Like,
That doesn't sound
Well,
good.
not
Oh, no?
not the waxing part,
Okay.
but when it's like, I don't know.
Oh, at the end.
It's like a very it's like a
Okay.
sensitive area.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good in the sense that
I'm clean.
yeah, I'm clean.
Right, cool,
They put,
cool.
like, a spray.
She's like, move on. There's more there. I know.
No, you know, actually though, I have had experiences where I feel like when they're not as like careful, when they're doing the inside, they like hit certain parts of your body.
Yes,
and I
that's what I'm
but
talking about.
instead of it feeling good, I was like, whoa, like this is not the service I paid for.
Well, what kind of service are you guys going in for? What the hell is this?
It is a feeling of like, whoa. Oh, no, it's a feeling of, ooh, that feels good, but like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah,
Right?
I have had.
Oh
those
my god,
moments.
you're getting turned on by your waxer.
And at the same time,
Just fucking say it, Helen.
At the same time, she's like, "Oh, so what do you do for work?" You're like, "Oh my god, do I have to talk right now?"
Okay, I don't want to go where you guys are going.
Beyond waxing and sugaring, another thing that's become really popular recently for hair removal is lasering. So I don't know if people are really lasering their hair down there though.
Oh, they are.
Mel, tell us.
Oh, I haven't.
Inform me.
I haven't gone yet, but a lot of my coworkers are going for laser treatment down there. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just like 3 to 5 sessions. You could have it completely removed. Mm-hmm. They burn your
But then,
follicles,
like-
right?
I think the way that lasering works, and fun fact, it's actually Asians are the best candidate for it because lasers target the melanin, And so it targets our darker hair against lighter skin. So it works best for us. But if you think about like a white person with like very
Like
blonde hair, then they're not going to be able to like target the hair as much. And same for like black people, because it'll just like burn their skin actually versus the hair. But I heard down there actually hurts a lot. So.
Really? I get mixed opinions. My coworkers like it feels like elastic band just hitting you lightly. And it's actually
not
like,
lightly. It's probably like like pulled really
Like
far and then
spanking.
slamming against you.
Really? Are they doing like full Brazilians? Like all the hair is gone?
yeah.
Because what if like in the future you change your mind about the style and then now you just like never have hair anymore?
Yeah, actually I've heard about that before. A lot of people don't want to do it because they say that like when they have a kid and their kid sees their mom without hair down there and then they start growing hair, then they'll be like, what's wrong with me? Or like, I shouldn't be having this grow down here because my mom doesn't have it.
That's when you get the like, you know, you can do like the hair extensions for your pubes.
What is
or,
she,
like,
Mr.
the
Potato
little-
Head? Wait, Helen, you do lasering, right?
I did lasering. Okay, I think it's the best investment if you guys, I don't know if you guys have yet, but lasering on
Not
your
yet.
armpits.
Yeah. That's the one place I would do it. And I'm looking into,
Yeah,
I feel
and
like-
you can just, I got a Groupon, which usually it's worse quality, but I don't think you can really mess up like
pretty good.
lasering.
Yeah.
Wait, how much is it for people who actually want to try it?
How much was it? I think it was maybe like 300 or 400, but for all 5 sessions.
Yeah, because it's multiple sessions that you have to go back and do.
So each time it kills the hair more and more, but it takes about 3 to 5 times. And it's only like 5 minutes. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not that painful either.
Is it all gone? Like there's no...
I mean, I'm going to raise up my arm now.
Let's
so you guys
do
can
an
look at my arm.
inspection.
Wow, there's nothing there. You guys, there's nothing there. You don't even shave anything.
Oh, sometimes I shave.
Oh,
so
okay.
it grows back like very thin, and you just shave that off. But I used to have like very thick hair.
Oh,
on my
wow.
armpits.
Do it again. Raise your arm. Wow. That's so clean. I actually will consider lasering, but it's kind of expensive.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, think of all the money you'll save in razors.
That's true.
I mean,
Your hotel disposable
I don't need
razors.
to save money. My mom has a drawer full of razors I could use.
So we've talked about our preferences for grooming down there for us, but what about for guys? Do you guys have a preference for your partners in terms of levels of hair on the body?
Well, I just don't want to be, digging through a jungle for certain things. Right? It's true. Who wants a veil in the bush?
But it's true because it could also like take away from the size of it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. But then also we talked about if it's completely like clean, it almost feels like he's a little boy. Like it can be almost like not masculine. Or do you prefer him to be super, like what if he was like no hair and he like shaved and he like waxed and like
Wait,
everything
that's what
was
you
like clean?
like, Mel?
No, I don't say I like that. I don't mind if there's no hair down there.
You don't mind it. Okay.
I don't mind.
But you don't, but it's not like your preference, but you don't mind.
I don't have a preference. I don't want a bush.
Agree.
Okay, so
Agree.
you
I would agree
you
with
want
that.
it groomed.
Groomed, of
Okay,
course.
no, same.
If he's like shaved it not really well, it could be stubbly, right? And that can be really uncomfortable. I feel like I've had
But I
some
don't
of those
think
experiences.
most
where-
guys shave.
How are they grooming?
Honestly, I don't know how men
Trimming.
What did they use to
Like
trim?
Janet used to with scissors.
Well, do
Give
guys
us a
use? Do
buzz
guys
cut.
use? Well, do guys use scissors?
I would
I think so.
I don't know. We're not guys. I don't know. Wait, actually,
If you're a guy and you groom, please write us and let us know your routine. We're
yeah, I'm
intrigued.
curious.
Educate us.
What if he had hair on his butthole?
Where are you in his butthole?
No, I'm just saying. It's down there. You're talking about grooming.
It's true. I don't like hairy
It's
buttholes.
a thing. It's a thing. I'm sorry. It is a thing.
Really, yeah.
Think about it. We wax our hair down there for our
Yeah.
butthole.
And I think guys have a tendency to be more likely to have hair down there. Than
Okay,
girls.
time. I'm just very curious. Like, when does it get to the butthole area?
When does it get there? What do you mean? Like, how would we see it? You never see the back of the guy when you're having sex with him?
The back of well, no, because he's never like doggy style. That's true.
That's true.
So maybe you're not doggy styling, or that's
maybe they're doing other things.
Okay, I'm just curious because maybe I want to like get into that. I don't know. Whatever
Or
you
if
guys are
it's just,
doing
like,
sounds
even
fun.
if he's like walking and he turns around. And you
Yeah,
can
or he
see-
bends down and picks up
Yeah.
something he drops. Naked.
Oh, okay. So it's not in a sexual context. It's just when.
Well, it
they're
is
grooming.
but it's both. It could be either.
Why are you disturbed by it when it's there?
I don't even know why.
You know what? I think because it makes me think of an old man.
Ew. Like, tell me,
Right?
Jenny, you like old men. No. So that shouldn't bother you.
Not to that level, but you know, like when you have like guys that have like hair in their ears and then like hair in the butt, I feel like is like one of those like grandpa things.
So happy trail? Are you happy about it or no?
I think a little bit is okay, but to your point, Mel, like too much, I don't like.
Yeah, I think too much is like you're just trying to be suggestive.
Focus down there.
You want a trail, not like a journey.
He like grooms it to be an arrow.
Right here, girl. Ew.
You know, touching on other areas beyond the down there. What other like chest hair, back hair?
I personally don't like chest hair, but if there's like a few strands, I don't mind. But if it's like a rug, I can't do that.
Wait, a few strands. Isn't that more awkward if he just has like
spotty? You like it spotty?
I don't know. I mean, like, I'd rather just have no hair on the chest. I like it clean. Like a dolphin, like Ali Wong says. I like it like that.
So Ali Wong, like she's talking about mostly Asian men, right? So Asian men tend to have like less hair. So then is that more like of your preference? Or have you been with an Asian guy who's hairy?
No.
Okay.
So I think I prefer Asian men, and I think partly why I think it maybe because I do
The
like
hair preference.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about on the face then? Do you like hair on the face for Asian men?
I mean, I like a clean cut guy. A little stubble here and there, like down there is okay. Just not too much.
I agree. I think I like less body hair and also on the face less hair. But having kind of like dated some white guys and stuff. There was an Italian guy I dated, and he definitely had a lot of hair everywhere. And but he like actively groomed. Like he would shave his chest and he would groom his back. But
how do you groom your back?
Did
Did
you have to help him?
I did one time. I did help him shave his back.
You helped him groom his back? What'd you do?
Yeah, but did
you
Scissors?
take a
You
razor?
go in with your scissors
like-
and trim it? Or?
No, not scissors.
Was it
shaving.
gardening day? What happened?
It was gardening day.
Like, how'd you groom his
It was
back?
just shaving. This guy actually took better care of himself than I did. When we would go out, he would take a lot longer.
Wait, how
to get
often
ready,
would
but
you groom it for him? Like every once a week?
We didn't date
or-
for that long.
I know why.
I mean, one time you're like, after this, I can't.
No, he asked. He
No
was just
husband
like, okay,
material.
like help me out. And, you know,
Okay. What does he do when he's not dating someone then? Who
probably
grooms
his back is just a little hairier.
His
and
mom?
a little
Like, who
more-
does
I don't know.
He didn't have like tons of hair.
But you don't care.
He did actually. That's
So
a lot.
you don't care if there's body hair then?
I prefer not.
Okay.
But I also like if they do, but they take care of it, then that's okay. But yeah, generally like I do like back hair and the butthole hair like that. I'm not the biggest
the ear-
fan
the
of.
ear
and
hair.
the ears, but chest too. I don't really. Because I feel like that's where like you're interacting with them the most, right? If you get hugs and
That's
you know
true, that's
things
true.
like so if it's like too hairy, I'm not a fan.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How about you, Helen?
I like a guy with a little bit of like stubble on his face. I
Okay.
think it makes him look, I don't know, I guess I like the more like manly-ish look.
a little more rugged.
Yeah, a little more rugged.
Okay.
A little hair on the chest is okay, but not like a rug.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no hair on the back is preferred.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I just think we don't have the experience of gardening like Janet does.
So I feel like we've gone sufficiently deep into this topic for today,
A
guys.
little too deep, I think.
Yeah.
Butthole deep.
Well, we didn't talk about toe hair.
Maybe in another
God.
episode we can focus on the toe hair. But yeah, I think that was pretty good. If you guys have any like stories you want to share or questions that you have for us, like maybe about toe hair that Helen wants to talk about,
Or if you're a guy you could talk to us about how you groom your back.
yeah,
Please let us know. We're curious.
Don't make every girl garden like me. It's not fair.
Poor Janet.
But yeah, write us at asianbossgirl@gmail.com or visit our website, asianbossgirl.com. We're also all over the social medias, so catch us there. We release once a week.
We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Next episode.
Bye.
Bye.